Hey y'all, long time no see. I hope you're doing very, very well. This video is going to be a little speed draw, condensing about 20 hours into one digestible video. I will admit, for whatever reason, this piece took much longer than I expected. I've been feeling a bit more lethargic lately, feeling pretty fatigued at the moment. Wow, what a great way to start off the video. I'm sure that's exactly what you guys want to hear. Let's talk about the art, shall we? My sustained investigation this year for AP Art is about recording things that make me feel comfortable and uncomfortable, whether that's capturing small moments like comfort food or microaggressions, or an entire systematic problem that gives me a feeling of impending doom. So for this piece, I wanted to pick at a systematic problem that I was kind of like a part of for about 6 months, and I probably will be for a while, like a good portion of my life. As some of you guys know, I used to have a part-time job, and I quit recently. It wasn't the worst job, but it was really draining to be stuck in this vicious cycle of seeing unmotivated people come and go. There were bugs everywhere, and people would constantly get burnt with the equipment. Plus, on my last week, I watched someone get jumped in the parking lot, like right outside the restaurant. It was quite ugly, to say the least. I had to call an ambulance. It was kind of traumatic, I don't know. And the pay just was not good, as one would expect. So for the process in this piece, it's pretty standard. I did my grid to help me sketch because I'm just so fatigued with AP Art at this point. You guys don't understand. This is my second year in the class and I'm really low on motivation, so I will just do anything if it helps me save some time and effort at this point. I know that's such like a low excuse to make, but that's what it is. I'm hoping that once I graduate and finally finish my portfolio for this class, I can do more fun art again, because it's so draining to constantly be making art for College Board and not for myself. For 2 years! That's a long time! And it's such a tricky situation because I got into the school that I wanted to get into already, so it's like, why bother with high school at this point? And then I remember I still need to put effort into some classes because I still need to like graduate. Like, I'm in a PE class right now because I need my last PE credit in order to graduate, and I'm in 2 lit classes, which I also need just to graduate. My schedule is really weird this year because I guess there like wasn't enough space to put me in a lit class last year, so I'm taking 2 of them in 1 semester right now, and it's really confusing because we recently got a sub for my American lit class, and she's doing a lot of the same things as my British lit teacher. Every Friday for my British literature class, we do a Friday free write where we talk about anything on our mind, really. But now for my American lit class, she also wants to do that too, so I have to go out of my way to do twice of the same assignment. So yeah, I guess I'd just call that senioritis, if anything. It just sucks because the passion for art is definitely there, but I'm just so physically and mentally drained that I just need the school year to be over with. I kind of want to talk about burnout also because it's been pretty relevant in my life lately, and social media definitely plays a huge part in it, no doubt. I can get through some art block, but this is definitely a little different. I don't know. I haven't been able to make art for myself since like December of 2020. Ever since then, I've been making art solely for school or YouTube, which I definitely need to snap out of. Hopefully this summer I'll have a lot more time to get comfy with creating again, because I really feel like there's just too much going on for me to sit down and make something right now. Like deadass, every time I try to make something, I end up getting stressed about the fact that I'm not spending my time working on schoolwork or doing something immensely productive, which is messed up. So this summer, I'm planning to be well rested but not oversleep, and focus on working, getting that bread, but also making for myself, because I'm sure you guys would rather see that too, instead of seeing my downfall play out on this channel. That would be very unfortunate. I also don't want to pressure myself to upload on here. I'll do it whenever I feel like it, which tends to be more often than not because I genuinely enjoy filming and editing footage of my process and sharing it with you guys. I mean, I'm a Leo, what can I say? I love attention. I got a new job like a month ago, which has been taking up a lot of my headspace for some reason. I think it's a bit different than my last one because I just have so many new responsibilities, and it's been a little overwhelming on my little baby brain. I'm not too stressed about it because I'm already starting to get used to it, but it's definitely been on my mind a lot, you know? Recently, there were 3 consecutive nights where I had really vivid dreams about working there, which happened with my first job too. I think it's pretty common because I saw a TikTok about having a dream that's like a continuous shift, and a lot of the comments agreed with it, so I don't know. Let me know if that's ever happened to you. On a different note, I'm hoping to make prints and have international shipping by this summer. Those are my two main goals in terms of like catering to my audience. I have prints from a lot of my favorite artists, and I feel like you guys would want the same thing from me if you guys like follow me and stuff, you know? So I'm definitely working on that. It never really occurred to me how many resources I already have at home too. Like my mom is an artist and sells prints of her own, so she already has the right printer and paper and ink and all that good stuff. So I'll definitely negotiate with her to use it. I think the main thing I need to figure out is like ink and paper costs, and then I need to decide which pieces you guys actually want prints of. So don't hesitate to like let me know what pieces you guys want to have prints of, and I will listen. Literally, like I read every single comment. Oh yeah, so a few days ago I posted on my story asking you guys what I should talk about in this video. Some of you guys brought up my music taste and made me realize that I've never talked about that on here. I'm not really one for binge watching shows because I usually just head to YouTube, but music is such a big thing in my life and it always has been. I grew up learning classical piano and taking lessons for about 11 years, and then I played keyboard in a band for a couple years until our drummer broke his wrist, and we just never really resumed after that happened. So yeah, I just appreciate music now. I love concerts and I started going to them like way more frequently right before Corona happened. Luckily, my city has a lot of smaller venues and artists like to stop by here when they tour because it's like kind of populated. So I'll go to a smaller venue, and I got to see like Watsky. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he's like kind of popular. I got to see him for like $15. I got to see Beach House for like $20, I think, and then I got to see The Garden for like $20 too, and that's so crazy. I love that. I'm very fortunate to live in a place that does that. I don't know. Generally, as far as my top artists of all time go, I'm just gonna name a few. I really like A Tribe Called Quest, Suicide Boys, MGMT, Lord, Gorillaz, 21 Savage, JPEG Mafia, Danger Inc., Ski Mask the Slump God, Zillakami, and Denzel Curry. There's a lot more to list, but I don't want to spend this whole video going on and on about that. But it's a brief summary, you know? I know that list is kind of basic, but it's good music at the end of the day. What do you expect? I don't know. I've been making monthly playlists on Spotify since December of 2016, and they don't really conform to any genre, and they tend to be a collection of whatever I'm interested in for the month. I really like the concept of it, and I hope that I can stick to it for a very long time. I love looking back on the music I used to listen to. It's so fun. I don't know if this is a common thing to talk about, but for the past few years I've noticed I definitely don't listen to the lyrics in music anymore. It's definitely like more of the composition itself and the melody and the rhythms. I know a lot of people who memorize all the lyrics to a lot of songs, but I never really did that. I kind of like gave up. I don't know. I also stopped reading for fun around that time in like 7th grade, so maybe there's some kind of correlation. Anyway, follow my Spotify if you want to. It's gonna be in the description if you want to check it out. I love seeing what other people listen to, and I love stalking people's Spotify. I don't know, I'm kind of weird, I'm kind of quirky. Oh my goodness guys, it's spring break as I'm recording this. It's nice to finally have like a normal spring break. My family found a place in Florida that has a very small amount of COVID cases, so we were able to go to the beach without worrying too much. Obviously, we were still wearing masks around people and taking the same precautions we've been taking for over a year now, but it's nice to go somewhere and just relax for a bit. Last year for spring break, we were going to go to Sedona, but we ended up staying home, which was a pretty good call. It kind of sucks seeing everyone in other parts of like Florida or Alabama just spending their spring breaks like any other year without a mask in sight, because it's like, seriously, we were doing so well. Like, we're all mad about it, but there are certain people who will go about it in different ways. Like, you're ruining it. You're ruining it. It's so annoying to see the same thing happen over and over and having no power over anyone's actions. Like, at the end of the day, you can get COVID and spread it to your friends and family. Like, if you really don't care, that's obviously on you. But it just sucks as someone with family in the medical field, as someone with immunocompromised friends, watching it all happen, you know? Speaking of death and sadness, there's been a bit of that recently. DMX died recently, which fucking sucks. The kid who was in the I'm finna whip this hoe video got shot thrice? Like, what the heck? I'm also reading They Both Die in the End by Adam Silvera, which I'll admit, I thought it was going to be a little more sophisticated than it is. The writing style is really like, I don't want to say cheesy, but it's definitely a young adult novel. It is most definitely that. For some of the writing in Rufus's point of view chapters, they're a bit like cringeworthy, but maybe that's just what Silvera was going for, I don't know. I'm still enjoying the story so far, like I'm proud of myself for even reading a book in the first place. This week I was able to finish The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom, and I would recommend it if you happen to stumble upon it. I'm glad I've had a lot more downtime to read lately. I've been around more people who read in their spare time instead of like scrolling through TikTok, so that's definitely inspired me to do it myself. My friend Tayara has been reading while we were on vacation, so I just read whenever she did, and it worked out well. Hey Tayara, how are you? Some of the people I work with also read whenever they get free time, and I caught on to that habit. It just feels so much more rewarding to get through a book and eventually finish it, as opposed to like mindlessly scrolling through the internet. Yeah, really nice. I would recommend. Alright, you guys, moment of truth. I think she's done. There's so much to add, but I'm just done. I don't want to add to it. I think it looks fine from afar. That's good enough for me. It's way overdue for my art class, so I'm finally ready to just turn it in, leave it as it is. If I want to go back to it down the line, I will, but in the meantime, it is what it is. It's whatever. She's pretty, I guess. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Real quick, today's artist shout out is Dora. She's 16 and does like amazing realism. I don't even need to explain it. Like, wow, oh my god, go follow her. Alright y'all, here's the finished piece. Thanks so much for watching as always. If you like this video, a like or comment would be very swag of you. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.